qualification is okay. My highest qualification is MCA, and I have more than 14 years of experience in IT industry. I'm a certified AEM lead developer and a certified WSPR Commerce Server lead developer. And currently, I'm working with one of the largest IT company as AEM architect. My expertise are in Java, J2E, WSPR Commerce, and AEM. So till now, I trained more than 1,500 students globally. So apart from my job, during my leisure time, I used to take some individual as well as corporate trainings like this. So this is briefly about me. Okay. So now come to the targeted audiences of this training. All the experienced Java developers. Okay. So if you're working some Java-based technologies like Spring, Hibernate, Struts, microservices, and you want to switch into AEM, you can go for this training. All the experienced web developers. If you are working some web technologies like C Sharp.net, PHP, and you want to switch into AEM, you can go for this training also. Other CMS developers, CMS stands for Content Management System. Okay, so there are a lot of other CMSs like we have Drupal, Crownpeak, Tridion, Sitecore, okay, WordPress. So if you are working any of the CMS and you want to learn AEM, so this training is for you. And freshers who are having good knowledge of Java and HTML can go for this training. Okay. So AEM is a Java-based content management system. Okay. So these are the targeted audiences of our training. So prerequisites. So as I told, AEM is a Java-based CMS. So we need basics of Java, at least basics of Java. Okay. So when I say basics, it means by seeing a Java class, we can understand this is a Java class. These are the variables. These are the methods. This is how to call a method. This is how to instantiate a class. OOPS concept. Okay. Inheritance, abstract class interface, all the basic things only. We don't need in-depth knowledge of Java. Okay. Basics is fine. Okay. Fine. Why basics is fine? So definitely we are going to write some Java classes. So if you search in Google or do a chat GPT and all, you will get the code. But you need to understand that code, right? So basic knowledge is fine. Then we need basic HTML tags. So everyone knows this, no need to say. Then JS and CSS, client-side JavaScript and style sheets. So it is not mandatory, but if you know JS and CSS, you can be a full stack developer in AEM and you will have a very good demand in the market. Okay. So there are very less resources who knows full stack development. So if you know JS and CSS and you know AEM core development, so you will have very good demand in the market. Okay, so these are the prerequisites of our training. Any questions, doubts till now?
No,
Okay.
sir.
So now come to the opportunities. So AEM is the market leader among all CMSs. It is having very high demand in the market. Okay. So there are other CMSs like Sitecore, Crownpeak, Tridion, Drupal, WordPress. Okay. But AEM is having very high demand in the market. Okay. You will find lot of job opportunities in AEM in comparison to other CMSs. So all the big IT companies are having a lot of projects in AEM. Okay. And if you get a job with AEM profile, definitely get a better package in comparison to a Java developer. Okay. So AEM is a niche technology. Very less number of resources are there in the market. Okay. So and if you get a job with AEM profile, it won't be difficult to get a project in your company also. Okay. So there are a lot of opportunities in AEM. So by the end of the training, what you will be able to do? So here we are more focusing on core development of AEM. Okay. So by the end of the training, you will be able to create AEM projects. You will be able to create static templates, dynamic templates. You can create pages. You can create customized components, client libraries, OSGA bundles. You can create Sling servlets, Sling models, query builders, content services, content fragments, experience fragments. You can write schedulers. Okay, so these are the things which are expected from a core developer of AEM, and you will be able to do it. Okay, so by the end of the training, so you can do all these things. Okay, so now come to the course content. Our course content has two parts, basics and advanced. In basics, we are going to cover those concepts which are common in all versions of AEM. Right now in market, we have AEM 6.5 as well as AEM as a cloud service. Both are there. So in basics, we'll cover those concepts which are common in all versions. You'll find in AEM 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.5 as a cloud service also. So it includes introduction, installation, browse different consoles, applications, authoring, publishing, architecture stack of AEM, exploring different page properties, Eclipse installation with AEM plugin, create project, create static template, page rendering component, create sample website structure, use basic Sightly APIs, open pages and consoles in Touch UI and Classic UI, modularize page rendering component, Sling resolution, inheritance of components, build dynamic navigation component, use of loggers, create training title component, create edit dialogues, create logo component, create design dialogues, find out difference between edit and design dialogues, foundation components, parses, hyperses, breadcrumb. Then we'll create some complex components, internationalization, client libraries. Okay, so these are the things which will cover as part of basics. And in advance, we are going to cover editable templates, policies, layout, create base templates, content fragment templates, variations, authoring, experience fragment templates, variations, authoring, tagging, OSGA bundles, create and use the bundles, workflow basics, Sling models, customize the process type of workflow, Sling servlets, both path and resource-based servlets, query builders, event handlers, content services, schedulers, okay, OSGI configurations. So from OSGI bundles till end, so we are going to write the Java classes. Okay, that's why we need basics of Java. Okay, so we will cover these things, these many topics. Course duration will be almost 30 hours, maybe more than that. Every day 1 hour on weekdays. In every class, we will discuss some concept, and based on that concept, we will do the exercises. All the exercises should be done by you in your system. I'll simply guide you how to do that. Okay, so that you will have good hands-on experience. At the end of the training, you can work on any AEM project directly. Any questions, doubts till now?
No.
Okay. Good. Okay, so now come to the introduction part. So before we start learning AEM, okay, first we have to understand what is CMS. Okay, AEM is a Java-based CMS. So what is CMS exactly? So CMS is a tool or it is a software using which you can create the website and manage the content of the website dynamically. Okay, using any CMS, you can create the website. Okay, and you can manage the content of your website dynamically. So what does it mean? So let me open one website. So I opened ndtv.com. Okay, so it is one of the news website, right? Okay, so as I told, using any CMS you can create the website. So you can create this website also. So you can use AEM, you can use Sitecore, you can use Drupal, WordPress. So you can create this website, and you can manage the content of the website dynamically. Manage the content of the website dynamically means, what is content here? In this website, what is content here? So whatever you see on this page, everything is content. For example, this logo, navigation bar, this image, this title, this image, this text, this advertisements, whatever you see on this page, everything is content. Okay. So using any CMS, you can create the website and manage the content. Manage the content means you'll be able to change the content of your website. Okay. So change the content means right now we are showing this image and this text. Okay. Let's say this is a news website. They got a breaking news. They have to show a different image and different text. So you will be able to do it immediately. You will be able to change the image and change the text immediately. Your website will be up and running 24 by 7. You don't need to restart your server. You don't need to restart your application. So your application will be up and running 24 by 7, but you will be able to change the content of your website. So that is called managing the content. Okay. So if you open this ndtp.com, okay, home page will open, and whatever content you see on this page, if you refresh the page after 15 minutes, you'll find some of the contents were changed. Okay, your website is up and running, but contents are getting changed. How? Because this website is created using some CMS, and CMS provide the facility to manage the content of your website dynamically. Dynamically means without restarting the server, without making your website down, you can change the content. So any using any CMS, you can do that. Okay. Fine. So using CMS, you can create the website and manage the content of your website dynamically. So in market, we have a number of CMSs available: WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, CrownPeak, Tridion, AEM, Sitecore. Number of CMSs are there. Then why everyone is preferring AEM? Okay. So everyone means all the clients, customers are preferring AEM. All the content authors are preferring AEM. All the developers are preferring AEM. Okay. Why they are preferring AEM? We'll come to that. Before that, we'll discuss the history of AEM. There was a company called Day Software. They had a product called Communic, CQ5 or Communic. Later, Adobe took over that company and they renamed that product CQ5 to AEM. So earlier it was CQ5, now it is Adobe Experience Manager or AEM, owned by Adobe. Okay, so this is the history of AEM. Then why everyone is preferring AEM? Why customers or clients are preferring AEM? Okay, so Adobe is having a product called Adobe Marketing Cloud, AMC. In that product, there are a number of tools. We have Adobe Experience Manager or AEM, Analytics, Adobe Campaign, Target, Social. Number of tools are there in the Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay. So Adobe Marketing Cloud is a licensed tool. Adobe sells Adobe Marketing Cloud to the customers. When customer buys Adobe Marketing Cloud, they will get all the tools. Okay. They will get AEM, Targets, Audience Manager, Campaign, Target, all the tools customers will get. So what they will do with these tools? Using AEM, they can create the website and they can manage the content of the website. Right. There are tools like analytics, campaign, target, social. Are the tools are really helpful to them? Yes. How? Why the company launches the website? Because they want to generate some revenue from the website directly or indirectly. Take example of this NDTV.com. It is a news website. Still they are generating revenue. How? By showing the advertisements. Right. So why the company launches the website? They want to generate some revenue. To launch one revenue generating website, what all things are required? You will get everything in Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay. For example, on your website, you want to show the advertisements. Let's say this website is created using AEM and you want to show the advertisements on the pages of your website. So how will show the ads? There is a tool called Adobe Campaign. Okay. So in Adobe Marketing Cloud, there is a tool called Adobe Campaign. So AEM as well as Campaign, both are part of Adobe Marketing Cloud. When customer buys this product, they have both the tools. So using AEM, you can create the website, manage the content. Using Adobe Campaign tool, you can create the advertisements, newsletters, promotions. And if you integrate AEM with Adobe Campaign, I will integrate it. You just need credentials. Okay, once it is integrated, whatever advertisements created here, you can show them on your AEM pages. Okay, so if you are using Adobe Marketing Cloud, easily you can show the advertisements on your pages. We don't need to reach out to some other vendor to purchase one third-party campaign tool. But if your website is created using some other CMS, okay, let's say some Tridian or something else, we can create the website using Tridian, we can manage the content, but if you want to show the ads, you have to purchase some third-party campaign tool. You need to integrate that tool with Tridian. That integration will take a lot of time, effort, and cost. But if you are using Adobe Marketing Cloud, so you will get both the tools in one package. You don't need to purchase it from some other vendor. So it provides a complete solution to launch one revenue generating website. So I'll give one more example. Let's say you want to implement personalization in your project. Okay, in my website, I want to implement personalization. Personalization means, let's say I watch this website every day. I am very interested in sports news. Every day I watch sports news on this website. Next day, when I open this website, they will show me the sports news as a priority. How? Because they captured my navigational activities, they analyzed it. Based on that analysis, they are showing me the personalized content. So in Adobe Marketing Cloud, there are tools called Adobe Analytics, Adobe Target. We need to integrate with AEM with Analytics and Target, and easily you can achieve personalization. But if I am using some other CMS, I have to purchase some third-party analytics tool, third-party target tool. That integration will take a lot of time, effort, and cost, right? So that is the reason all the customers are preferring AEM. Rather, they are preferring Adobe Marketing Cloud because they are getting a complete solution from this product to launch one revenue generating website. Any questions, doubt?
No.
Okay.
Some
So,
other items are there, right? Visual actually, apart from target and uh, so, like, can you go back to that marketing cloud, that
uh,
previous slide?
mhm.
Like, so prime time, is it something like some videos or something?
Yeah, so social, if you want to implement this Instagram, Facebook, all those things. Yeah, so there are facilities out there.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, can
Okay. So these are the reasons why customers, clients are preferring AEM. Why content authors are preferring AEM? Who are content authors? Sometime back I told you managing the content of your website. So who will manage the content? Okay. Content author is the person who is going to manage the content of your website. Okay. In every project, we have one internal user called content author. They are going to manage the content. They are going to change the content. So now they want to show a different image, different text. So content author will add that image and text for you. Okay. So content authors are also preferring AEM. Why? AEM provides a very flexible and friendly environment to manage the content of your website. Okay. Let's say I'm a content author. I want to change this image. Simply, I'll open this page. I'll double click. Just a minute. Okay. Let's say I'm a content author. I want to change this image and change the text. Okay. So how can I do that? Simply, I'll open this page. There is a separate URL for that. Okay. Page opens. I'll double click on this image. One widget will open. Then I'll drag and drop new image. Click OK. Image got changed. I want to change the text. I'll double click on the text. One widget will open. I'll type new text. Click OK. Text got changed. So very easily I can change the content of my website. Okay. So AEM provides a very flexible and friendly environment to manage the content. But if it is some other CMS and I want to change the content, so I have to open some folder, some subfolder, some config file, do some changes, open the page, test it. If it is not working, find out some other config file. So it will be a hectic task for the content authors to manage the content. Okay. So that is the reason all the content authors are preferring AEM. They are going to manage the content very easily. Developers are also preferring AEM. Why? AEM is very easy to learn. Okay. Second, AEM provides a lot of inbuilt APIs and libraries. So using that, we can create our AEM components, templates, and all. Okay. They provide one sample web application for us. Adobe provides one sample web application, sample website for us. If I want to create my own website, I can refer to that website, how things are done there. Then I can create my own. For our reference, there is one sample web application is there for the developers. So from the tool itself, all the developers are getting a lot of help. So that is the reason. So everyone is preferring AEM and AEM is in demand in the market. Okay. So now we'll discuss different instances of AEM. Okay, slowly we are starting learning AEM. Okay. So different instances of AEM. What is instance? Instance means a platform. So there are two instances, author, author instance and publish instance. So what is author instance? So author instance provides a platform where all the internal users work together to create your website. Okay. All the internal users work together in your author instance to create your website. In any AEM project, we have different types of internal users like developers. There are two types of developers, core developers, UI developers. We have testers, we have content authors, administrators. So they are internal users. So all internal users have access to author instance. So in your author instance, your website will be created. The pages of your website will be created. Who will create the pages of your website? Content author. How will create a page? If content author wants to create a page, he needs a template. From where he'll get the template? the developer will develop it. Okay, so once the template is developed by the developer, content author will use it to create a page. Let's say he created some pages. The pages are blank, empty. He wants to show some content on those pages. He wants to show image, video, text, banner. So how will show those things? He needs components. If he wants to show a banner on the page, content author needs a banner component. If he wants to show an image or text on the component on the page, he needs image component or text component. From where he'll get the components, developer will develop it. So developer will develop templates, components, authoring interfaces, JavaScripts, Java classes, all those things. Content author will use the templates to create the pages of your website. Content author will use the components to add content on the pages of your website. Tester will test it. Admin will do the admin labels, dispatcher settings, all those things. So all internal users work together in your author instance to create your website. Your website is created in author instance, but end users cannot access it. Author instance is only for the internal users. So if you want to expose your website to the end users, whatever we created in author instance, we have to publish instance. Okay, so whatever we created, developer created templates, components, Java classes, content author created pages, so everything needs to be there in our publish instance. So once we publish the content from author to publish instance, everything will be available in publish instance. End users can access the publish instance. Once your website is available in publish instance, end users can access it. Now whatever, for example, this ndtv.com, I'm an end user. I'm able to access this website. So whatever content I see here, everything coming from publish instance. This page is coming from publish instance. So first this page was created in author instance, then published. After that it is available in your publish instance for the end users. Okay. Now these are publish instance. Let's say they want to change some content here. They want to change this image, change the text. So this image will be changed in author instance first. Text will be changed in author instance first. Then it will be published. After that, it will be available in our publish instance. So in publish instance, we are not supposed to do any changes, content changes. Okay. So if you want to do any changes in the content, do it in your author instance and publish it. Okay, it will be available in your publish instance. So publish instance just like a container where the latest content of your website will be there. Whatever you want to show to the end user, it will come from publish instance. It will be there in your publish instance. Okay, so before that you have to activate or publish or replicate. Okay, whatever we created, we have to do. We have to replicate everything to publish instance. Okay.
So is it something like so some part of code we have to write in other instance? We have to, I mean, for example, maybe a Java class or something like that. We have to copy to public publish instance. Is that the way?
We are not going to copy. There is a different process. Okay.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay,
but we need that Java class in publish instance.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So mostly we are going to work on author instance. We are the internal users, developers. So we are going to create our website, create Java classes, components, templates, everything in author instance. Okay. Fine. Uh, for every environment, for example, in any project, we have a dev environment. We have QA, UAT, prod, right? So in dev environment, we have a dev author, dev publish. You have QA environment, QA author, QA publish. UAT author, UAT publish. Prod author, prod publish. So prod author, prod publish means this is your live website. Production content authors do the changes in production author instance and they publish it. It will be available in your production publish instance to the end user. Okay. Right. So this is about instances of AEM. Any other questions? Okay. So now we'll see the content flow. How the content flows from the content authors to the end users. Okay. So for example, this website, I'm the end user, right? So there are some content authors who created this page, who added content on the pages. So what is that cycle? How the content created by the authors and how the end users access it. Okay, so content flow. Okay. So in any project, we have environments, different environments. Let's say we have production environment. Okay. So we have production author instance, production publish instance. So in product, these are the content authors. Content author A, B, C, D. Four content authors working in our production author instance. So this content author created some 10 pages in our author instance. We have only one author instance. So all the four content authors have access to the author instance. So A created 10 pages, added content and published. B created some pages, published. C created 5 pages, published. D created 20 pages and published. So let's say they created some 50 pages. All content authors created 50 pages in your author instance and they published all the 50 pages. So now all the 50 pages are available in your publish instance for the end users. So if you have a single publish instance, so they will publish the content or pages to that publish instance. If you have multiple publish instances, so they have to publish the content to all publish instances. Okay, so that all publish instances will have same content. Okay, so contents are created here and it was published. Now it is available in our publish instance to the end users. Okay, let's say we have only one publish instance. So these are the end users. Okay, end user 1, 2, 3, 4. So end user 1 type some URL ndtv.com, press enter. What happens after that? One request got created. That request will hit the publish instance, get the content and show the content to the end user. Before the request hit the publish instance, our request will hit the web server. So like any other web application, here is also the concept of application server and web server. So our publish instance running on application server. So when the end user type the URL, press enter, request got created, that request will hit the web server first. Before it hits publish instance, it will hit the web server. So in web server, there is another tool of AEM, another instance of AEM called dispatcher will be running. So our request is in web server. Dispatcher is running here. Dispatcher will take your request and redirect your request to the publish instance. If you have only one publish instance, your dispatcher will redirect your request to that instance. And it gets the content for that request and shows the content to the end user. At the same time, dispatcher will store all the static HTML content in a temporary storage device. Okay, let's say same user refresh the page. Again, the request will hit the web server. Okay, now dispatcher will check for that request because it stored the static content in a temporary storage device. It will check whether those static content changed in publish instance or not. Okay, if it is not changed, it will retrieve that static content from temporary storage device and it will retrieve the change the content from publish instance, and it will load the page to the end user. And this mechanism is called as caching. So dispatcher is responsible for caching and load balancing. Okay. So dispatcher stores all the static content, static HTML content in a temporary storage device. So whenever same content is requested, immediately it will retrieve it from web server and source to the end user. And changed content, it will come from publish instance. So dispatcher will not hit the publish instance for each and every content. It will hit the publish instance only the changed dynamic content, and static content will come from web server. So in this way, your page will load very fast. This mechanism is called caching. So dispatcher is responsible for caching and load balancing. Okay, so pages contents are created in author instance. Once it is published, it is available in a publish instance, and all the requests from the end users will hit the web server. Dispatcher will take that request, forward that request to publish instance, get the content from publish instance, shows the content to the end user. At the same time, dispatcher will do caching and load balancing. So what is load balancing? So caching we understood. What is load balancing? Let's say your website is having a lot of customers, lot of users, end users. Take example of Amazon.com, thousand lakhs of customers are there. Let's say at a time some 10,000 users are trying to do some transaction on Amazon. Thousands of requests got created. All the requests will hit the web server. Dispatcher will redirect all the requests to your publish instance. Let's say you have only one publish instance. So thousands of requests will hit the publish instance. So what will happen? Your instance may become slow or may crash also, right? So Amazon will launch multiple publish instances in this case. Let's say they launched 10 publish instances. Now same thousands of requests came to dispatcher. Now dispatcher will distribute the load among different publish instances. It will redirect first 100 requests to publish A, next 100 to publish B, next 100 to publish C, next 100 to publish D. It will distribute the load among different publish instances so that your website work faster. And this mechanism is called load balancing. So there is a configuration file called dispatcher.ani. So there the caching and load balancing rules are written. So based on that rules or configuration, dispatcher works. Okay. So these are the content authors, these are the end users. They create the content, they consume the content. Now the content first created here, then after published, it come to your publish instance, and every request from the end user will hit the web server. So there dispatcher will be running. Dispatcher will take your redirect your request to publish instance, get the content and shows the content to the end user. At the same time, dispatcher will do caching and load balancing. Okay, so this is how the content flows from the content authors to the end user in any AEM system. Any questions, doubts on this? Okay, so we'll cover this much today, and we'll cover the rest of the things in our next class, same time, 7 o'clock IST. Okay, so if you have any questions, doubts, you can ask here, or you can reach out to Srinivas or Sampath. Okay, so our next class will be tomorrow, same time. We have some other concepts, we'll discuss them. Anything else, any doubts, questions? Yes. Tom, are you good?
I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
So we'll connect tomorrow, same time for the rest of the things. Okay. Bobita, you are fine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And if you want to enroll, you can get in touch with Srinivas and Sampath, enroll yourself, and we can start our regular classes immediately. Okay. So anyway, we'll join tomorrow same time, same link. Okay. If you don't have any questions, we'll just stop it here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.